Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Texas Street Stories, where we talk about what happens on these Texas streets. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This is part 2 of the rise and fall of the Tri-City Bombers. We will be seeing that in these organizations there is no loyalty. Crabs in a bucket. When one gets to the top, the one that's at the bottom will pull the one on top, so it will become the top crab, not knowing that they will both end up on the dinner table. They will become their own greatest enemy, taking out their own. The greed of power. Part 3 coming soon. Hope you enjoy. So to all the youth, I say, think before you sign up. There is nothing wrong with being yourself. These organizations will use you up and not feel bad about doing it. Let's get into it. One day, most of the Tri-City Bombers got together and had a meeting to discuss forming their own family. The Texas Chicano Brotherhood was born. The split was not over a girl. They used the girl to kill one of their own. More on that later. The split was over Texas Chicano Brotherhood being born, so they didn't have to take orders from the Texas Syndicate anymore, graduating from a street gang to a prison family. So when that happened, 50% became Texas Chicano Brotherhood, 30% became Texas Syndicate, and the remaining were only from FAR San Juan Alamo. Some of them had sex offender cases and were frowned upon by fellow members. Rio Grande, Brownsville, Edinboro became Texas Chicano Brotherhoods. The only reason FAR didn't become Texas Chicano Brotherhood was because the president, vice president, generals, and sergeants had sex offender cases and were frowned upon for the rape of the Midnight Girls from FAR. They were roofied and trained, and some were just flat out raped. Over 30 members called high rank were indicted but never spoke about the truth. And that's why they were never going to be Texas Chicano Brotherhood, and this is a fact. The Tri-City Bombers were not a family. They were under the wing of the Texas Syndicate, and will never be a family. Since the Tri-City Bomber ranks from FAR could not be ranked because of their sex offender cases, they had no choice but to stay under the wing of the Texas Syndicate. The Tri-City Bombers had to do whatever the Texas Syndicate told them to do. And then the war broke out between the Texas Chicano Brotherhood and the Tri-City Bombers. When it came down to fight the Texas Chicano Brotherhood, the Texas Syndicate would tell the Tri-City Bombers to handle their business and would send them alone, until a Texas Syndicate member of high rank from FAR was hit in the crossfire. Edward Salas was Texas Syndicate and also related to a Tri-City Bomber named Squidworth. They followed him to his family's house and opened fire. Then the Texas Syndicate got involved in the war and started dropping the Texas Chicano Brotherhood on the streets and inside the prison system.